That would be amazing. There's Johnny Ahmed just walking right in your house like that, eh? Like, that's super cool. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Donnell with Remax West Coast of the Donnell Real Estate Group, Richmond's Community Realtors. And here we are on episode 10 of Amazing Richmondites. And boy, do we ever have one amazing man here from Richmond. His name is Johnny Ahmed. He is the owner of Richmond Martial Arts. Johnny's dedicated his life to martial arts, fitness, and entrepreneurship. Johnny has been running a martial arts studio here in Richmond since 2007, which offers various services like martial arts lessons for ages 2 to adult, an after-school program with free pickup from elementary schools, online lessons, my favorite, parent nights outs, and birthday parties in spring, winter, and summer camps. And a little fun fact about Johnny's life. Johnny was born in Prince George, BC, and after high school moved all the way to Calgary to obtain his bachelor's degree in computer science. He then got his degree at the age of 21 and moved to Vancouver, where he got his first job working in the IT department for Budget Rent-A-Car's head office over there at the airport. He then met his beautiful wife and now lives here in Richmond and Steveston with his 2 amazing kids. Johnny, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Hey, well, thank you so much, Johnny. We've got to know each other quite well over the past year, and this is the second time we've done something like this. But you're a great inspiration to me. Everything that you've done with Richmond Martial Arts is absolutely amazing. Your whole business model, and especially how you really innovated and pivoted during COVID. So my first question to you today, Johnny, is tell us something interesting about Johnny Ahmed.
I don't know. I pretty stick to like the same stuff, and I've been doing it since, I don't know, like since I was a teenager, and it's pretty much just martial arts, weightlifting, playing, like having fun with kids, like I still watch like superhero stuff. I'll watch anything superhero. I still dress up in costumes and Halloween and stuff, parties. So I do have a computer background, though. I actually started that first. That was my first thing. Like when there's a picture of me as a baby in my dad's lap playing on a computer. So my dad really exposed me to that lifestyle, and I always thought I was going to become a computer person. As you saw my bio, I was working as a software person, IT person at the head office there at Budget. But the thing is as a kid, I also watched martial arts movies like Van Damme, Chuck Norris, all that, and I was always athletic. I was always like the fastest runner, the highest jumper, all that kind of stuff. So martial arts was kind of like my thing because I wasn't into sports because at a young age I didn't talk much and I was kind of introverted and stuff, and it was hard for me, stressful for me to be in public. So martial arts kind of got me to a point where like I could like really take myself and become the best version of myself. Using my physical abilities and also develop my mindset and my speaking and everything. So eventually, like I was like the one where we looked at, oh, like that guy's like a martial arts guy, and people would challenge me in races and stuff like that at a young age. So basically, yeah, like computers, martial arts, fitness, having fun, watching superheroes, anything like that, like just whatever my childhood is, it's always been with me. And even though I'm like 41, I feel like I'm like in my 20s still. And
well, you don't look 41, Johnny. Come on, you do look in your 20s.
Yeah, well, that's the byproduct, right? Like all the stuff I do, right? Like that is gonna keep you young, right? Like that's the thing, right? I mean, that's how it works.
So now you're talking about your youth. You have a passion for Back to the Future, do you not?
I only love that movie like crazy, and I watch it like every year.
So what's the best one or two?
One.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I was always a number two guy. I love when they went into the future,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, two's awesome, but just one, just the soundtrack and the talking and everything, and it
Yeah.
built the foundation and the acting and everything, and just everything. Like, I mean, I love it. Like, I mean, some of you guys who are watching this who live in Richmond, I'm sure you've seen my DeLorean. Like, it's not mine, but I have friends who own it, and I use their DeLoreans for the parade. So
Yeah.
last year we did one at the Ladner Parade, the May Days, and then we did one at the Salmon Fest. So as you guys know, I love, and one day I do want to have my own DeLorean too. One day, but not now. I have other goals right now, but one day I want to have one.
Well, I can't wait to start seeing you drive around a DeLorean. That would be absolutely hilarious. So, hey, my next question for you, Johnny. Now, you're the owner of Richmond Martial Arts. So, tell us a little bit about the programs that you guys offer, because I know you obviously you do, pick up for the kids and parent nights out, which I really want you to talk about. But you guys do so many different things that not only are helping kids with their self-development, but also helping families, grow and get, daycare and things like that. So tell us all about the programs you guys have.
Sure. So our martial arts program starts at age 2 and it goes all the way to as long as the adult classes, right? So that one we offer that pretty much every day. We were 7 days a week before COVID, but with COVID we had to take one day off just because it was too much. So yeah, 6 days a week. Parents can drop their kids off anytime between. We have different times, like some are earlier, some are later, and they're all age groups. So kids are with their own age group, and also it's based on their attention span too, because younger kids cannot hold their attention as long as the older kids. So our times are all figured out and everything as well, like that. So basically, that's our martial arts program. When the kids come have fun, they learn self-defense, they learn striking, they learn yes sir, no sir, they learn the self-discipline. We reinforce the stuff parents want them to learn. But the thing is for kids, we're kind of like superheroes, right? So when kids hear their favorite superhero saying something, they're going to do it more than this if a parent said it. So we're definitely like that second help for the parents when it comes to like life skills and self-development. And then from there, we have another branch, which is our after-school program, where we actually take one step higher. Instead of just mentoring their kids, now we're also picking them up from school, bringing them to the facility, they're eating snacks, they're doing their arts and crafts, having fun, but also doing martial arts. Aside, also, we also partnered up with Next Door, so we also expose them to parkour and cheer and all those different activities. So basically, if you're in our after-school program, you're going to be really good in shape, and also you're gonna be like mentored again as well with good role models.
Wow.
Aside from that, we have some other services we do too. Like we'll do like birthday parties if kids want to do something different than the same thing, because you can't just keep doing the same thing every time for birthdays. Like parents want to mix it up. So it's good in a child's lifespan of birthdays to do a couple of martial arts parties as well. You mentioned the Parents Night Out. So Parents Night Out is something we used to do before COVID. We're like not every Saturday, but every once a month, we would do like an event for like 4 hours where parents can drop their kids off, and then we would take care of them. And so we would feed them. We would play Nerf gun with them. We would do dodgeball. We do martial arts. We would do gymnastics, a lot of fun stuff. We're kind of revamping it now. When as things are getting better, we're creating a new model for that, where we're going to actually launch it every Saturday now. So that way, like anytime parents need some time where they need to get away or something, they don't have to worry. There's always going to be us available to provide that service for them.
I love it. And how did you guys come up with that whole idea, or even just the whole daycare portion? Because daycare's always been an issue around Richmond and the Lower Mainland. How did you kind of come up with that business model and idea?
It's something I've always wanted to do. I would say like for many years. I even kind of like dabbled in it a little bit, like when I used to like teach somewhere else before Richmond. But the main problem was is when I opened my studio in Richmond, it was just too small because I was like new, right? And for that kind of thing, you need a big center. So I couldn't do it. For the first 10 years we were open, I couldn't, because I had to gradually build our business up. So after 10 years, when we moved into the larger center that you've been to, the 6,000 square feet, then I finally knew, okay, now is the right time. I have a big place. Now I can utilize this and I can run multiple different things going on. And I mean, like the after school program, it's something that's run everywhere, right? All over the world. So I know a lot of friends and people who do it. So I was exposed to it, but I wasn't ready to do it until I finally got into this main facility we're at now.
Well, your new facility is amazing, and it's very large, and it's right behind Ironwood. So if nobody's gone there yet, you got to go check it out. And Johnny and his staff there are great. Now, Johnny, what motivates you to do what you do?
That's super easy because I am who I am through the product, right? Like I think it's important that like whatever you do in life, like what you do, like you have to be like the product of that, right? And I'm 100% the product of martial arts because it took someone who didn't talk, was scared of everything, head down, avoid this way, go that way. Oh, I don't like, what if I have to talk to that person, right? All those things that like parents want, right? So this martial arts product, the thing I do, my love, my passion is what transformed me. I do like other things like computers and stuff, but none of that stuff transformed me, right? It just gave me a skill set to be able to like do what I do. But martial arts transformed me. It gave me a life that I enjoy, I love. And through that confidence, it opened up other doors to meet other people, do other things, to be able to like meet my wife, to be able to role model to my kids when they see me, that, I know that like what I'm doing is something that, they can choose or not they want to do, but I'm giving them like choices. But every day I wake up, I love what I do. And every day I'm always like passionate and hungry to like just give it my best each time. I don't like to sit still. I want to be like 1% better every day.
Mhm.
And like I said, like I don't feel in my 40s, so I'm just so hungry. And like I think the main thing. Oh, and another thing too is because we've been around for so long now, we've developed kids who started with me at age 3 to now they're like 19, 20 years old, and those guys now they work for me. And instead of working at like McDonald's or something like probably me and you back in the olden days we did, right? These guys aren't getting that now, like because of what I've interjected into this community. These young people who are sticking with it are working and learning leadership skills. They're learning how to work with children. They're also using this skill to build up their skill set. So if they want to go to another industry, working with kids, they can do that. So I'm really proud of like what is done for me, but what is doing for this community. Because when I hire people from the community, right, I'm giving back to the community, like the payroll is going back to Richmond, right? So that's why what I do, because it's snowballing effect of what's happened to me now. Now I'm figuring other kids to do the same thing to become one day like me, and maybe the more people we can duplicate, the more impact we can have.
Well, I totally see the passion, not only when I chat with you, but with the way it comes out of you. And it was funny last year because we helped your family purchase a new home, and I remember there was a few places we were waiting outside, and kids would ride their bikes by, and they're like, "Hey Johnny, hey Johnny!" Like it's like you knew everybody in the neighborhood, but it's like you said, you've taught these kids for so many years and watched them grow it up, and it's absolutely great that you're helping them get jobs. And like you said, I think I worked at Chevron when I was a kid. Actually, the one right by your office now as a kid, that would seem to be like the job for teenagers, McDonald's or gas stations, right? And for you to give those young kids a job and their passion, what they're learning, it's so great. So I good on you, my friend. Good on you. Now, how has your business had to expand, and how have you kind of pivoted, not only as a business, but as a person during COVID?
Yeah, so when it first happened in March, I felt like I was on a sinking ship and I was afraid and I didn't know what to do. So my pivot was pretty fast, and mostly it was because of my, again, like who I am, right? Like I don't give up.
Yeah.
I don't like, throw in the towel. So the minute it was only like 2-3 days in, and I started noticing when phone calls were happening and people like wanting to cancel and things like that. And like, I knew right away, okay, time to take action. So a little bit of me got angry, a little bit like, let's do something. Like we can't just sit around. So I literally just jumped in the car. I drove to Best Buy. I grabbed a bunch of technology stuff, and I just set up our station to do online classes. So that literally happened like right away. There was a little bit of a curve to learn stuff, but again, as you know, I've been computers my whole life. So
Yeah.
learning computers is something I can do. Like you can throw software at me, I'll figure it out. No problem. Right? Because even though the software technology changes, the skill set is there, right? Like once you learn the bike, you can do motorcycle. After that, you can do other stuff, right? So, so yeah, I'm always learning like the technology side, how to make our classes better. What can we do this? Can we get the lighting? Can we get this background? How do we talk? What kind of, so I'm always tweaking our thing. So right now, the way we're set up is we have our regular classes running, but then we have one designated room that's closed off. It's kind of like our Zoom room. So basically we have a background set up, we have lights, and we have like a station, and then we run live classes there. So I have one instructor who's just dedicated to that. So it kind of increased my payroll, more instructors, but at the same time, it's okay because that Zoom has helped me to impact something I've never been able to do before. Because as you realize you have a calling, but you're kind of like, okay, I'm doing this, but how can I do this? So Zoom's allowed me to teach students all over Canada. Is what we're doing right now. We haven't branched off to the US too much yet because what I like to do, I like to ship uniforms to all the kids when they sign up. But the thing is, shipping to the border, a little bit of a paperwork too much, and it kind of slows things down. So for now, we have pretty much students in every single province in Canada. It's awesome. They're all in different time zones, so when we make calls and stuff, we got to be careful not calling too late at night. But yeah, so basically, my pivot was just creating another avenue in our school where now we're impacting other kids' lives, which we have never been able to do before. And it's just awesome because sometimes the parents post you're in my parent group, right? So sometimes parents will get the uniform and they live somewhere else and they take a picture and they post it, right? And so it's just great to see like Alberta, Nova Scotia, Montreal, Quebec, these guys speak French, these guys speak this. Like, it's just crazy. Like it's just so becoming so like national now. And it's just, yeah, so it's just, that was my pivot, and I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought I'm gonna do this for like a couple of months, right?
You're just trying to survive, right?
But now it's actually thriving, and like parents are loving it, and it's so now we're basically, every day we're like running live classes at the studio and online. I even have a setup in my upstairs room, so if I have to teach upstairs sometimes, I have a whole station there. So it's pretty crazy. Like it's just kind of done something like pretty cool for me.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. It's so cool how, I remember when the pandemic, which is almost a year ago, I believe the 15th of March is when BC shut down. But it's crazy the fact that once it happened, we did the same thing. We're like, oh my God, like the world's coming to an end. What do we do? And we did the same thing. We had to pivot and do things in our business. But it's great to hear that you guys pivoted and took that don't quit attitude, and now it's just doing so well for you. And I'm assuming this is going to stick around forever for you. This is going to be another business vertical for you to help grow your business. Is that right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm actually already researching what's coming ahead of me, because what my goal is once we catch up to virtual reality, is I can actually take my classes and kids can put on the virtual, and actually I can be there in front of them doing it. So I know that's coming. I'm already researching it every day. And my goal is to keep running through Zoom, but eventually when we hit that point in time when virtual reality is that easy, then my classes, I'm gonna take it to the next level. And I know for me I can because of my background computers. So I'm just waiting for the virtual reality to kick in where I can actually be inside the kids' houses.
That would be amazing. There's Johnny Ahmed just walking right in your house like that, eh? Like, that's super cool. And yeah, I just love the fact that you guys are innovating so much. And that is, I have heard of the whole virtual reality, and the fact that you're already kind of thinking about it, and it's really, really cool. So, Johnny, my last question for you today, before we let you go, is, in your own words, what does it mean to be a Richmondite?
I think like for Richmond has been really good for me, even though I wasn't born here. Richmond like really took me in and allowed me to blossom, because like I said, like when I moved to Richmond in 2007 is when I kind of opened the studio, right? I opened that thing with like 0 students, with no name, no branding, nothing, just like nothing, like just I was zero, right? And now it's a different story, right? Now, like, I made a huge impact, and like I can, whenever I walk to the mirror where I go, I know someone, right? So
Yeah.
Richmond, like, is just, to me, it just means like family, um, basically families, right? Like, I think that's pretty much like the main reason what gravitated me to Richmond was just like, I want to work with kids, families, and where else in Vancouver am I gonna? I'm gonna go Richmond. So I think like Richmond definitely, the family atmosphere is very great. Yeah. So to me, Richmond's given a lot to me. So I can't let them down, and every day I will keep giving back and helping how I can.
Well, that is a great answer, Johnny. And I know in 2007, Richmond got that much better when you arrived. So thank you so much. And you're helping out so many kids and adults as well, and parents. Giving parents a night off sometimes is that's a win right there. So thank you so much, Johnny, for everything that you've been doing. And if anybody wanted to get a hold of you or come by the studio, where you're located and how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, sure. So we're really easy to find you on the social media. So on Instagram or Facebook, just search Richmond Martial Arts. Even if you Google Richmond Martial Arts, we'll show up like right away. And then physical wise, if you want to stop by, we're pretty much behind the Ironwood Mall. We're the Canadian Tire is. We're kind of like on the road back to Hammersmith. We have a big neon sign that says martial arts. So yeah, so we're either that, or if social media is no problem, I'm always on there.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Johnny. And we wish you nothing but success here in 2021. And we can't wait to you're in our house virtually showing us how to do martial arts. So thank you again for participating and have a great day, my friend.
All right. Thank you for having me.